Hello everyone, this is Carrie for Redesign with Prima, and today we're going to do this lazy Susan project. I'm very excited to show you some fun techniques. We're going to be using our chalk paste and vintage lace and Luminous Blooms H2O Transfers. And this is our Redesign with Prima Lazy Susan, made of bamboo, ready to customize any way you wish. The H2O transfers are so beautiful and so easy to use. And they are like a very, very thin transfer, so a skin-like transfer. And I'm going to show you exactly how we apply them, but on the packaging, it shows you step-by-step on what you need to do to apply them yourself if you forget. First, I'm going to glaze over the bamboo Lazy Susan. I use the chalk paste as a glaze. So you just want to mist the surface, and then I go over it with the glaze, and I just try to go over it as evenly as possible and then work the glaze out, or work the chalk paste out, I should say. And I don't want it to completely cover the bamboo, but I just want some of that, some of those lines to come through and just have it be like a wash. The chalk paste is very, very sturdy, so it's great to use on a surface like this. And now I'm going to add a pattern using our Finnebair Victorian Tiles stencil and my Redesign with Prima flat brush, which is great for stenciling. So I just go over this, not really evenly. I don't want it to look that even, but you can certainly do that. The brush goes right into those little nooks and crannies of the stencil because it's very, very detailed. And you'll see how nicely this goes over those little fine patterns without going underneath the stencil. Our stencils are very high quality, so you can use them without worry. This particular stencil is a little bit smaller because it is made for our paper craft mixed media side of things, but I like it for smaller projects because the patterns are smaller and they seem to fit the smaller home decor projects a little bit better. And there you have it. There's the first one. And then I just go back and line it up with the first pattern that I did. So this takes a little bit of time because you have to get over the whole surface. And you want to make sure that the stencil is going in the same direction. I have the logo at the top, and then you will be able to line this up perfectly every time. I just go over the first area that I did, line it up, and away I go. And I use the tape just to hold everything in place. That just keeps the stencil from moving around, and also from, double edging like over the original pattern. So the tape is really handy to keep it in place, especially when I'm working the stencil like I am with the brush. Now, there are some high points because the paste is a little thicker than paint, so I just go over it with a fine grit sanding block and just smooth out those little peaks, if I have any, from where the brush may have been loaded a little bit too much. And I'm not afraid to sand the chalk paste because it's very, very sturdy and it can handle it. So it's perfect for this kind of project. It's still going to be very, very smooth. Now it's time for the H2O transfer. And what I like to do with transfers when I'm putting them on a curved surface like this, I'd like to kind of draw a line over it so that I can cut it perfectly along the edge. I get a perfect fit every time. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. And you want to make sure that the gray side is facing upward for your application. So you don't want the color side. The color side, you're going to remove that clear backing, set that aside. So the color side goes face down, and then I line it up carefully. And then what I'm going to do is start applying water over the surface. So the chalk paste surface is not sealed, which is not a problem when you're adding the water around it, by the way. The chalk paste will not move, it will not come off, so it's pretty safe to say that you can use it with these transfers. I'm using our scraper tool just to make sure that the transfer is nice and smooth, just to avoid any air bubbles that might get under there, especially when I'm adding the water, because the paper does, tend to wrinkle up just a teeny bit, actually not really much at all. But the scraper just ensures that the water smooths out over the surface evenly. And then you don't want a pool of water. You just want it to be evenly dispersed And the scraper will remove any excess water. Now I'm going over it with a cloth just to make sure that the water is in the paper. And now it's time for the reveal, which I love. It's so pretty. The colors just pop. And I just love the bouquet of flowers that are there. And you can see around the area where the transfer was, where it's wet, that's not a problem. It dried, and it dried perfectly well. And then I decided to add another smaller bouquet at the top because I was looking at it and just needed something else. Now, instead of adding another little bouquet, you could certainly add words or a bird or a butterfly, something like that. But I just wanted to use another part of the transfer set. They come with small to medium to large size in this one pack. So you can certainly make coordinating projects with one set. And I just repeat the process like I did before. And here it is. And I love how that came out. Some of it was still on the edge. I just took my fingers and pressed it down, and it was not a problem. Then you just want to take this once you're finished, everything is dry, and seal it with your favorite clear top coat or clear wax if you want. And it's ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed this project. If you have any questions, please, leave your questions in the comments. All the products will be in the description for you, and we appreciate you watching today. Thank you.